Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about the refugee situation in South Korea. Now, do you want this beautiful country of South Korea to be destroyed and overrun by foreigners such as Syrian refugees or Islamic refugees? It is easy to understand the South Koreans' anxiety towards refugees given the state of Europe and the United Kingdom. So the situation is that there are about 550 Yemenis landed on South Korean island of Jeju. Now, the South Koreans responded by petitioning their president, Moon Jae, to turn away all the refugees. More than 500,000 South Koreans signed that petition. The public pressure, in this case, seems to be working, and the South Korean government has announced stricter measures to keep refugees out of South Korea. Now, when you think about it, it is wise of the South Korean people to make this move because they want to maintain their cultural identity. South Koreans, or in fact all Asians, have a close-knit culture. They want to maintain their cultural identity. So they don't open their doors wide to anyone who wants to enter their country or enter their home. They want to accept people from places that are similar to their culture, to their way of life. So then it's easier for the people coming into their country to integrate into their society, their way of life. Now, why do we have to force the South Koreans to accept refugees? Because each nation has their own immigration law and policy to determine the number and the type of people they want to bring in. Why can't a sovereign nation and its people decide their own fate and future for their country and for their family? Why do we have to let the globalists and the progressive liberals dictate to us, dictate to a sovereign nation? The globalists and progressive liberals are trying to force the sovereign nation's hand, in this case, South Korea, and try to dictate the immigration policy of a sovereign nation. Europe and the United Kingdom and the Scandinavian nations, and recently Spain, who have accepted refugees through a migrant quota forced on them by the European Union. And as you can see, what is happening in those countries? Do your research, because there's so many crimes, including rapes, assaults, many crimes. So in the midst of ISIS terror, and these asylum seekers could be bogus claimants, the best thing to do is to keep your borders closed to avoid potential crimes and other social problems that these so-called asylum seekers may bring to your country, and they already have some of them.